It's DIY with Key.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another DIY with Key video. It's been a really long time since I've done a setup with me video. I've done some setups, but the videos either just didn't turn out right, or I was kind of like my battery was dying and I stopped recording and forgot to record. So they've kind of been all over the place with DIY with Key, but I'm ready to come back and I'm ready to be back stronger than ever. So let's go ahead and get into this setup, which I will be doing a focal point setup for the Harlem Nights theme, because that was the theme of this party. It was a birthday party for a father and son, but they're both like adults. So with the focal point right here, you're going to be seeing me set up my black shimmer wall. The size of the wall is 8x8. So I built my shimmer walls at home in size 4x4s. And that's how I packed it in my car and transported it. And then when I got to the venue, I just connected all four of those 4x4 pieces together so that I could kind of have one whole wall.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe.
After connecting as much as I could of the shimmer wall together while it was laying down, I extended my rod pocket pole and put it at the top of the shimmer wall. I like to not let my rod pocket go out further than the 8 feet wide wall. So I'll kind of extend them, or not extend them, but I don't want them to be longer. So I'll make sure that they don't go past the width of the wall. And then I just use zip ties to connect the pole. And I usually put the pole on the second row of the shimmer collar in the back of the wall, so that when you put it up on the stands, you don't see the pole at the top of the wall either. All you see is just the complete shimmer wall, no poles.
Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good girl. Show me something. Give me more than one thing.
Now that the wall is completely up, we're just going over the little shimmers that's turned around and not facing the direction we want them to go, and just kind of fixing them. And then also one thing that I really hated is that they had drapes behind the shimmer wall with back lights on it, so it was shining through my shimmer wall, which made it not so black, and I didn't like that. Now usually I would put a tablecloth or sheet or something behind my shimmer wall, but I felt like because it was a night event and it was indoors and it was going to be dark, I would have been okay. But because they had these lights behind my backdrop, I should have still brought the tablecloth or the sheet or something to go behind the black wall, just to make it more opaque. So that's my only one regret. Now, moving on to the actual balloon installation, I prepped all of these balloons that are blown up here at home except my foil balloons. And I did clusters of 6, and I also did clusters of 4. And what other kind of clusters did I do? I think clusters 4, clusters 6, and then a cluster of 8. And then yeah, I tried to make them like all different sizes. I didn't have as much gold as I had black, so that's why I kind of did that sporadically. I knew I was going to have a less amount. I also prepped all of my detail balloons, like my snakes, my 5-inch balloons. I really wanted to do snakes, so with this project I ordered a ton of 5-inch balloons in black, and I had a few in gold that would work out as well. So in the black, I did snake, and in the gold, I just did clusters of, I believe, 4. I did like, I did like 2 11-inch balloons and sized them down to like probably like 7 inches. And then I put like 2 5-inches on those 7-inch balloons to make 2 or 4 5-inches. And I made those like 3 inches for the details. But you're going to see that as we move along. But right now, I'm just kind of stringing the garland and putting up my base, so that I can have something to work off of to make it chunky. So now that both of the bases are up, now is where I go ahead and add in the thicker clusters to kind of bring out the garland, give it some shape, give it some body. And then once that's done, I'll be adding like the 5-inch balloons, and then I'll add in, I think I added my detail balloons before the 5-inch balloons. I'm not really sure the order, but either way, all of those balloons will get added. The balloons that I did in cluster, like a cluster of 4, like the one I'm holding, it was just kind of to give the garland like more of a point. So that's what I did with those. I made a few of those, and then I'm just adding all the balloons on, so you'll see me detail everything. If you look closely at my right wrist, you'll see I have like a thick white band, but really those are my 260 balloons that I turned into bracelets. I like to do that, and I like to just put them on my arm while I'm doing my setup, because that is how I attach everything, either rubber bands or bracelets. Just like now, I'm going to just grab a bracelet off my wrist, attach it, and boom, it's on the cluster. And I just want to add that I only had 2 hours for this setup, which was really tight because when you take into account unloading the car and bringing everything in and then starting your setup, like, you really don't have that much time. But anyway, now I'm adding on my snake balloons, which is what I call them, which is like the mini garlands with the 5-inch balloons, which mine will probably size to 3-inch. And once again, I'm using my bracelet. If you saw me take it off, and I'm just wrapping it around a balloon, like literally it's just kind of like put it on something and get in where you fit in. And that's what I do. Now the gold balloons, I did, like I said, I only did those in like clusters of 4 because I knew that I didn't have a lot. But I had enough for what I was working with. So, and I really did want to make this balloon, both of the balloon garlands, more chunky. But the balloons that are up right now is everything that I blew up at home. I didn't blow up any extra like latex balloons there. And that's simply because if I had enough time, I would have 3 to 4 hours. It would have been like way thicker. But with the 2 hours, I just did not have the time to do that. I tried to come as prepared as I could. But, you know, even if you come as prepared as you could, there's always still something that could go wrong. So, because originally, if you see me explain it, I was supposed to do balloons around the whole top part of the shimmer wall as well. However, the ceilings, we were on the bottom floor and the ceilings were only 8 feet tall and my backdrop was 8 feet tall. So if I would have did balloons across the top, it would have made the ceiling seem shorter. And when people would have went to take their pictures, it would have just looked smaller. And that was a thing from the beginning of me getting this booking, where she thought like she wanted to make the wall big enough for people to take pictures in front of. So I didn't want to take away from the actual size of the wall. But one thing I learned my lesson from this time is not putting that drape or something behind that shimmer wall, because I hate the light coming through. I hate it. Everybody loved it, of course. That's always kind of how it works out. Everybody loves it. Me, like I said, I'm my hardest critic, so that just kind of is eating me alive. But what's done is done. The event is over. We had a ball. We actually attended the event as well. It was a ball. But I'm just looking back at my work like, dang, I wish I would have put something back there, because that is like irking me. Now that most of the detailed balloons is on, because if you see all those latex balloons on the floor, I didn't let one balloon like not make it to that garland. I did add the rest on. But in this moment, I wanted to go ahead and add on the foil balloons because we was crunched for time and I needed to be done, especially because I was attending this event. So I needed to be able to go get dressed and get back and, enjoy the party for a little bit of time and then still be able to break down and everything. So we were just on some real crunch time. But with the foil balloons, I'm using black gaffer's tape. I'm making like I'm taping the 260 down to the balloon, like using the H method. Now, I've done this before with the gaffer's tape and I had no problem with the balloons or anything. Like, it was so strong. But when I tell y'all, something happened to my gaffer's tape, and not even just the one I previously had, but I ordered a new one, a clear one. They just were not sticking to the foil balloons, and I'm not really sure why. Like, if you do balloons and you've had this issue, leave a comment and let me know, like, what I did wrong, because I really don't know. Like, they just kept popping off. The gaffer's tape kept, like, the whole piece of tape was coming off the foil balloon and the foil balloon was falling. I'm like freaking out because I don't have another solution. Like, this has to work. Like, I'm just freaking out. And it worked in the end and I got it to stay, but I can't be having problems like that with stuff popping off and everything, especially when I'm attending the event. It's like if I'm not attending, once I'm going. But also, I don't want to just put something up that I know is going to come down. And if I'm attending the event and I got to come back and see my work like on the floor like that, no, I can't deal with it. So it ended up working, but that was something that I was dealing with. And if gaffer's tape is going to put me through problems like that, I will not be using it again. I will find another solution because I can't have those kind of problems.